Hi, welcome to the wonderful world of marketing. Today we're going to continue talking about the modern marketing department, but now we're going to dig into the tactics to actually run it. And so the thing that's super exciting about modern marketing is it's incredibly measured, and I can actually, as a marketer, have confidence taking an objective knowing that I can deliver against it. That wasn't always true in the past. Marketers were reluctant to take on really tight goals because they didn't feel like they had the levers at their disposal to know how to hit those goals. Now, marketing can actually take those kinds of goals. I'm going to show you one tool called RevJet that I think is a really cool way of doing that. So I'm going to spend a bit of time right now in the unknown acquisition pillar. And if you think about unknown acquisition, there are really three pieces to it. One is I've got to get people to my content in the first place. So I'm going to have a piece of creative, say a banner. I have to run that banner through a media plan. So I've got to have some kind of media buying system. And then I have to land them somewhere, so I have to have a landing page. Now the cool thing for me today is that I have a tool that allows me to optimize the creative in real time so I can get a better creative output. Number two, we use programmatic buying in a platform called Rocket Fuel to do a better job of optimizing the media over time. I'll talk about that in another episode. And the third thing is the landing page, which is I can now test multiple landing pages in Marketo. And I'll talk about that in another episode as well. But now I've got a system where I can move every lever. I can optimize the creative, I can optimize the media buy, and I can optimize the landing environment. So today I want to talk a little bit about what it looks like to optimize creative. And so I'm in a tool called RevJet. I'm just going to do a demo here. So we're going to be looking at the screen on my gorgeous Windows 10 device here. And this is RevJet, so I've logged into the dashboard, relatively straightforward dashboard. So the way RevJet works is that it makes the task of testing creative easy. And it was funny, when the online first happened, I was so excited because I thought, oh man, finally all the dreams of Claude Hopkins and Rosser Reeves can come true because we can go out there, and John Caples would love this kind of stuff because we can split run everything on the web. The problem is that it was so hard, it was so difficult to traffic alternate versions through the media channels that no one really did that much testing online. It was crazy. And so this company, RevJet, came up with the idea of let's make testing easy. In order to do that, they have to solve two problems. They have to solve the problem of creative production, and they have to solve the problem of trafficking. And so what RevJet does is effectively you take a set of concepts, and then you feed them in, and then you get a winning concept. From the winning concept, then you start randomizing the elements of the ad, color, CTA, headline, and then it gets assembled, right? So they've got a production system in RevJet that creates the HTML5, so you eliminate production costs, and then you traffic it in real time against real media. And so that's, for me, an incredible evolution, and allows us to be, as marketers, to be really good at testing while saving a ton of money on production and making trafficking a lot faster, and also saving a fair amount of money there. So creative agencies, how does it work? So traditionally agencies have always brought multiple concepts to the table and asked the client to pick one, and clients are, oh, I like this one, I like this one. And by the way, if you ever hear a marketer say I like, they're not a real marketer. Okay? They are someone pretending to be a marketer. I don't care what you like. The only important thing that's important is what the customer responds to. So I think the customer would respond to is an appropriate answer when you're looking at creative. Just a little tip for anyone who works with me. So people smoking their cigars, drinking their martinis, they want to go with the one they want to go with, and then usually the most highly paid person in the room wins, and they run something and something happens, and the industry average is that 98% of all marketing fails to meet its objective. So as an industry, we're not doing so great. Which is kind of nice. If you're only failing 95% of the time, you're like nailing it. What happens now is the agencies come in, they go, hey, here's 3, 4, 5 concepts. And I'm like, great, let's stick them in RevJet. Let's see which ones the customers respond to. And that is incredibly liberating because I still need really great creative from the agencies, but we don't have to spend a ton of time arguing about it. It eliminates a lot of time, it eliminates a lot of really weird political energy, and it gets us right to the business really quickly. And we're always surprised. There's always something that's like, I never saw that coming. And then RevJet will kind of randomize and sort of improve on the inside. So I'm going to show you an example of that. And so this was a campaign we were using to hire people into a really cool Microsoft Office based in Fargo, North Dakota. Okay, so this is the way RevJet works. So the agency brought us 4 different campaign ideas. They brought us what's Microsoft launching next, your career, kind of a neat idea. Be a Microsoft sales champ in Fargo, nice picture of Fargo, really like that a lot. Join today and earn your badge, kind of a neat idea. Apply now, okay, a good call to action. And then success doesn't come to you, you go to it. So we had sort of 4 different concepts. And then what RevJet does is it runs the concepts against each other. So you can see that Challenger A in this case, what's Microsoft launching next, beat, be a Microsoft sales champ in Fargo. And the lift was 31% versus the Challenger. So then we go, okay, great. Now let's do Challenger A versus Challenger D. Challenger A won again. So then we have, okay, we take the Challenger against this Get Your Badge. This is a little closer. You can see these 2 concepts are pretty close, but Challenger A is clearly the winner with a 31% lift overall versus Challenger B. So now we're like, okay, so now we've got a concept, which is what's Microsoft launching next? Your career seems to be something people like. Great. So now we said, okay, concept's done. Now what could we change? We could change the visual. So why don't we change the person? And so these are all the same concept, but we've changed the picture, and we're just going to see what happens there. So we ran them against each other, and oh, look at that. He beat our original winner. So now we have a 19% lift with that picture. So we'll now run him against another visual, wins again, another visual, wins again, another, oh, and then we've got a new winner, right? So now we've got a new winner here. This one's now winning, okay? And then, oh, we weight those 2 against each other, and we have another winner. And so basically we have a winning visual, which had a lift of 19% versus control. And so you can see the idea, so then there's actually a really cool test where we change the color, which again, you wouldn't think is a big deal, but people like blue better than purple, and people like green better than blue. Amazing stuff, right? Isn't that cool? Like, no one's ever had this capability before. And right now, I'm the only person who's got it, so which is pretty cool. But you can get it too. Just go to RevJet.com. And that is all for tonight and for this episode of The Wonderful World of Marketing. Thanks.